All right, dude. And we're live.
Shit's about to get real sensitive around here. Buckle up, buttercups. It's gonna get real gay.
It's about to get super gay in here. Anyway, Eric,
so trans rights.
How have you been?
Just fucking be gay, trans people. That's all I have to say. Fucking be gay.
What do you mean?
You mean to tell me?
What do you mean be gay? What
you want as a man? Let's start with something we can relate to. Okay, let's start there. You mean to tell me, as a man, you feel as though you're a woman, so you go through all the surgeries, hormone treatments, mood swings, depression, suicidal ideations, all that bullshit, just to go get some dick?
It really is not that simple, and I'm trying to not laugh right now because what you just said is so absurd that
no, it's not. No, it's not. It's dumb. Is what it is. It's dumb, and people getting fucking lost in make believe land.
But man, it is not. It's
feel, but I'm not gonna take part in it, dude. I don't give a fuck, man.
You mean you're not gonna use their pronouns? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, I can't remember what I did yesterday and what I'm gonna do today. Think I can remember your fucking pronouns to make you feel better?
Okay, but it doesn't take it. It doesn't take a genius to see, hey, this person is definitely not.
Okay.
It doesn't take a genius to know it either way. You can just be respectful, is all I would argue on this. Like,
and that's what I do. I try to go off of looks and how I was raised, which is yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. That is,
but you could say ma'am to a person who's wearing a wig with a bra. Like, that's a ma'am, right?
That's a dude. I'm like, what's up, bro?
Oh, my God. See, there's just no reason. Like, that's like trying to, it's basically like, you realize, and I think it ties back to this truth, that there's this weird myth that trans people is some new phenomena that has like blown up recently. You could probably look. I know. That's what I'm saying is like statistically. No, dude. No. It goes way before that. Thousands of years ago, there's records of trans people in cultures, in ancient cultures. It is not new, and it's definitely not so simple to say that those people just could go be gay. It's not.
Dick action has been a thing forever.
Yes, but you're confusing gender with actual sexuality. There's a difference there, bud. You're overly simplifying that big time.
So you go get your man pussy fucked. That's fine. Why do you need your dick turned inside out for? I don't know.
That's a gender. It's a gender thing, and you're confusing it. And I'm glad you're bringing this up because it does point towards maybe a confusion in our society that people.
I'm super isolated, dude. Like, I don't care enough to do the research. Like, if someone wanted to educate me, fucking talk to me. Let's have a conversation.
Well, I'll have a conversation with you about it, and it'll be great.
It's not the same. I want to talk to a trans and pick their brain about what their brain and how it works and what makes them think that way.
It's
really
just
the nitty gritty. Something personal.
We could keep it pretty simple and just say that
they feel different.
That you wouldn't choose. No one would choose that. No one would choose to be trans. No one would choose to be gay. Is the hardest life you could possibly imagine. It doesn't make sense logically for someone to choose to be gay or choose to be trans or bi or queer or any of that. You're not helping yourself at all in any way. Life is only harder because you are that way. And that doesn't it doesn't make sense that somebody would just decide, like you were saying, and I think a lot of people might say, especially in red states, because there's this weird narrative that people decide they're a cat or they decide that's a whole.
Dude. If I could be a fucking cat dog,
they run with it at such an exaggeration of the logic that it disrespects the understanding of it. They don't even get that these people genuinely just are so feminine that in their gender they feel more feminine than they do masculine. It's a spectrum. Gender is a spectrum. They've shown that scientifically. And there's so much misunderstanding around that because there's all this rhetoric on algorithms and in people's, you know, on their YouTubes or whatever, their TikToks, it's all about there's a man and there's a woman. And there's so many people that believe that echo chamber has exacerbated, but that actually scientifically is wrong. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. If you actually want to understand this, it's quite complicated what gender is. And even the genetics of gender, there is more than just a man and a woman. And that is scientifically been proven.
I would need to talk to a fucking geneticist in my face before I listen to some YouTube stuff. I need somebody.
There's plenty of great documentation of the science, and it is really complex. And you will probably be like, I'm tired, even watching it, because I was interested in, okay, how is there, you know, all these different genders, and there are geneticists and there are people that are scientists on this that have proven that.
When you're done, I just want to put that out there. I got a question.
Well, I just want to draw back to the point that most people are confusing sexuality, which I like pussy or I like dick, with gender, and that's not the same thing. It's not. It's two totally different things that you're born with. Your sexuality is your sexuality. That's what you're attracted to, right? That's what gets the blood flowing. But what you feel that you are and your representation of your being isn't anything that we can define by black and white and overly simplistic stuff. It just isn't. And I'm sure you've met plenty of people that you're like, there is no way this person has chosen to be like that. You know, I was in the gas station the other day and I kept hearing this voice. Like I said, hello, when I came in, I didn't look at him, but I thought it was a woman. For sure. The voice was like a woman. Like absolutely. If somebody came to me and was like, quick, $10 million, was that a man or a woman? I'd have been like, absolutely a woman, 1,000,000% every time. And I go and grab my Gatorade. I come to the counter and it is a Debo black dude with a beard. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so where'd that woman go? One day I'm like looking in the back, like, where is she at? You know? And then I don't know what, I don't know what her pronouns are. Honestly, I don't know the pronouns in that situation because you sound like a woman, but you have a beard. You're just trying to confuse me at that point. Yeah. Like, so I just avoid pronouns altogether. You don't even need to use them when interacting with most people. If you don't know, you know, you would just use they to be safe. Right. But like, I just don't want to disrespect people. I think I was raised that way. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's the same fundamental of respect of your fellow human, courtesy, holding doors, being thoughtful, saying hello, like basic things that used to be foundational in our communication with each other are just gone. And so these people they're just lazy. And actually what they really are is they want to seem smart. Oh, no, I'm not calling you she because you're definitely a man. And they want to just be like, ooh, I gotcha. Right? Like, I gotcha. Like, I'm smart. I can tell you're a man. Like, no, I'm so stupid that I think there's only men and women. And I don't know like how to get past my own demons about, like you were saying, I think a little bit and hinted towards was people that are like that are kind of homophobic a lot of the time. And that actually means that they're dealing with their own demons inside of them about their own gayness and their own questioning of their own fucking gender.
Yeah, bro.
Because why would you be so mad about a guy who's got a beard who sounds like a woman, or a woman that takes testosterone so that she can have a beard, but she's a woman? That's probably what it was yesterday. Because I'm telling you, this voice was scary,
like, dude. Like, I'm not even gonna joke. I've been around someone who did testosterone treatments and was legit trying to be.
Well, they'll grow facial hair, yeah.
And I thought like it was a dude, but it wasn't.
Right.
It was in fact someone who was, and I don't know how accurate the story is, but they were like, you want to be a boy? Well, we're gonna fuck you like one type of situation, and heroin. And then another piece of information that I learned, that heroin addicts, when they're becoming clean, can sometimes become addicted to testosterone injections as an addiction. I guess it's a rush or something. I'm not quite sure the science behind it. It's something I definitely want to look further into. But I have met those. I think
it's like the fucking
women could transition better than men can. I feel, because there are plenty of dudes who look feminine and sound feminine, and you don't assume that they're a chick wanting to be a dude. Do you? I don't. Like I know you're not supposed to judge people.
I
on
know
their
what you mean.
looks,
You assume that it's a dude
like,
that's real
yeah,
feminine. It's not a girl being
yeah,
masculine. Right. Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
see,
Yeah. Well,
and
they are even more rare, I would argue, but it doesn't
that
matter.
was
Like,
really good. Like you can't even tell. Like that. That's where I feel if you can't reach a point where someone can't tell what you are, like if what you originally were,
right.
then you ain't doing it right and you're not really about that life. Because if you were, you would be indistinguishable. You will do everything in your power to reach that point of, oh, I'm a woman. I feel this way inside. I believe this to be true and to me. And this is what I
I mean,
want to
there's only
be.
so much you can do, though. Like for Caitlyn Jenner, for
Brother,
example. I mean,
brother, come on, brother.
there's
Plastic
only so much
surgery's
they
real
can.
good. Come on now.
No,
But
she
thumbs
had
down.
plenty. Caitlyn Jenner
But
had plenty, and you can still tell a mile away, dude.
yeah, that's what. Oh, I am talking about women transitioning to men. I think they could do a much. They do a
Oh,
much
that's
better
true. That is
job
way easier. Yeah,
versus the
way
alternative,
easier.
right?
Yeah.
That was where my point was. Not the
Okay.
opposite.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah, that's
opposite
fair.
is the complete.
It's very
Like
difficult for
you
some
already have to
trans
be
women.
feminine and have those features like twinks. Twinks could transition very easily because they're
Mhm.
already all petite. They got they have that look going for them. That's where they're at. So
Right.
they could transition a lot better. And I think that's where you see the Thai boys, you take a little trip to Bangkok, bang some cocks. Okay.
Yeah, well, I
And
mean,
and they
you
look
might get trapped, dude. They're so good
yeah.
that you'll get trapped. Yeah.
And you don't know until you already naked, brother. You in it. Your dick's hard, it's in their mouth. Lights, you see some light in there. There's pee pee there. You
And
tap
then
all of it.
you say that like you're telling me a story about last week when you were there. Like,
No, dude, I'm just saying. Like with
so
the way my mind
the
works,
Thai
it only makes
population
sense.
in Mississippi is growing, is what you're saying, because you're talking about like experiential reference right there.
No, dude.
Like
I've
you look
watched
down, a
lot
little bit of
porn
light
in
comes
my
on,
day.
and then there's Did you say there's a pee-pee?
There's a pee pee.
There's a pee-pee there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
That is when you need to make a decision, don't you? You need to make a call. Do you back out and run
Decision
away
for
like a little
Christ.
bitch? Or do you fucking man up and you
You
fucking
man up? Is that manning up technically though? I don't know. I don't know that we
I don't
could
know,
say
dude.
that's
Dudes have
manning up.
fucked other dudes for a long time. For a long time. Even like as a power play.
Right,
Male
right.
dogs fuck other male dogs, like alpha
Well,
thing.
yeah, I mean, we could
You
get
know,
into animal
cultures.
behavior. It's fucking insane.
There's plenty of cultures
Penguins
that
fuck their dead. I mean, it's
people had little
fucked up.
boys. What was it? The knights had their little stall boys and whatnot. You know those little guys, those
Right.
little dudes, the
So
altar boys, all that shit. Like it's dick and ass has been going on for millennia, and it will continue, and had probably been rather prevalent to the civilization before this current one we find ourselves in. So I think it's one of those things that you can pretty much. There's only a few guarantees in life. You can guarantee that a dude is gonna fuck another dude, even if it's a child, and it's an unfortunate reality.
damn,
But
that got
it's an
dark.
objective truth. It's true, whether we believe it or
Jesus
not. Like,
Christ.
shit happens. Well,
Okay, all right. We know that happens, but it doesn't mean we need to like talk a whole lot about it. Okay, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, gayness is nothing new, and even if people aren't gay, if it was happening on such a massive scale, it sounds like you're alluding to the fact that even straight dudes were fucking boys or fucking
come on
dudes.
now. Find me one straight dude who didn't fucking at least play with another penis in his fucking years of life, and I'll show you. Jesus Christ.
Is that
It's
right?
not gonna fucking
Okay,
happen.
so what do you know about homophobes?
Nothing, dude. I don't surround myself with people, dude. If you hate someone because of how they fuck and who they love, go kill yourself. How about that?
Yeah, but you were talking about this before, though. You were talking about how like the most obvious sign of
if you're gay and you're secretly gay, or if you've done some gay shit in your life, and you hate gay people because of it, yeah, it's fucking obvious, dude. You do not like something about yourself that you enjoyed at the time.
Who do you think out there is like a big homophobe that like definitely is
I
gay?
don't fucking know, dude. I would have to interact with them and analyze them for at least, I don't know, 10, 15
You don't
minutes.
know anybody that comes to mind, not a celebrity, not anybody. I know you don't pay attention to the outside world as much as most of us.
I really, those people.
Well,
like
actually, you know what? Tell me more about that. Like, how do you just ignore all of like what's happening, like politically? It's not something like you just genuinely like don't think about it, man. And I
don't at all. Okay, it's an easy answer. You ready?
Yeah.
I got fucking kids. I'm a parent first, not a keeper upper of the fucking happenings of the world.
Yeah, I feel you. But isn't that part of parenting to kind of think of the global situation?
I know what the world is actually like. I knew what it was like a decade ago. I spent the darker part of my years engaging in gore videos and watching death from around the world and what people actually go through in other countries for something as small as shoplifting. Children are literally burned alive in Africa for trying to live. And you want to tell me that someone else's, because someone doesn't feel accepted by society, that I need to care more about them than I do other things happening across the world. I understand that we have it good, real good. Like,
right. So yeah, I see what you mean. You have a level of gratitude for what we have.
I understand. I know what it's like elsewhere in the world because I am more open to it. You know.
Well, knowing that and knowing that part of the world and those types of things are coming to our country now, in terms of.
That means my job as a parent first is to prepare my children for a world that does not give no fucks. Because let's be real here. Let's be really real here. The world doesn't give a shit about how you feel and what other people feel about you. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is, do you have people around you that will tell you the truth and keep it real 100%? Are you actively trying to become better? If not for yourself, find a purpose. Like for me, personally, it's my children. I know what I lack. I had a very honest conversation with myself. I know what I'm lacking. I know where I need to improve. So my job as a father is to make sure I do that so then I can teach those skills to my children and make them emotionally intelligent, well-rounded individuals who you can't fuck with because they know themselves and they love themselves that fucking much. They are that confident in who they are.
Right.
That it doesn't matter what you say. All these bullies and shit is because kids are weak and they're babied and shit. Nah, dude. No, if they're old enough to ask the question, then they're fucking old enough to get an answer. You might have to dumb it down for them, but if you're unable to explain something to a 5-year-old, then you don't really know what the fuck you're talking about, and you should probably keep your mouth shut because you need to go learn something. And what people don't do in their life, and I know this for a fact because I do it, I actually do it, and that's listen. No one knows how to listen. They want to talk at each other. And here, for example, let's say you are a third party and two people meeting. Here's what I do. I don't say a fucking word, and I let them talk. I let these people talk. They forget I'm there. They become more honest. They don't put up that face that everyone puts up when they're meeting people. I listen, and I watch, and I analyze. I know myself, so I can analyze other people. I've been through plenty. So, it's intense. I started to get a little off track. I forgot where I was going.
Dude, I love it.
But my job, point being, as a father, is to make sure they're ready for a world that doesn't give a shit. It's not going to matter. Bullies won't be able to fuck with my kids, and I guarantee you, if you want to put hands, then you're going to have a lot of problems. Because I'm not the type of parent that'll just call the school. I'm going to show up. I've had to do it before for someone
what do you
trying
mean?
to.
You're gonna fight a kid? Is that what you're saying? Right
No. But I will parent them. I will parent it 100%. I have no qualms
You'll
about
parent another kid.
I'll parent. I've done it. I've already done it. My daughter can attest to that. I can tell you the story, dude. My daughter's playing with some neighbors. There's some kid from down the street, little girl. There's been problems before. I've had words with my daughter. Hey, the words of others don't matter. It doesn't matter. Who are they? They're no one. They're fucking nobody. Why are you listening to nobody? So, this is part of the lesson. Reiterate this. Try this home. Well, she's next door playing. This kid's over here. She keeps fucking with Sophia and putting hands. And I've had enough. So I go over there. I make contact with this child and explain to her, you're not going to do it. I'm not the one. I don't care. Do we need to get your parents involved? No? Okay. Keep your hands to yourself. I had a visit from that child's methed out mother not long after.
Golly.
In my presence, in my fucking presence, she was a child. She was nothing. And I made sure she knew it respectfully. My children were listening and they were there. So I didn't cuss. I make it a point to not cuss around them. I try very, very, very hard to use other words. They'll say it. They'll learn the stuff in school. Yeah, I know that. Got it. No problem. But for me, they have a much larger vocabulary. So when I'm pissed, I tap into that because I'm really smart. And I don't usually let people know that. But when you get me amped up, when you get me pissed, that's when it comes out. Because I know a lot of words, and I know what those words mean. I know how to use them. I think all the time. So you think you can say anything to me? No, you're a fucking child. Have a good day, child. Bye-bye, children. Have a good day. Smile. Wave. Bye-bye. Out my face. It's not going to work, dude. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen.
Well, no meth head parent is any match for some Quavis. Dude, I'll tell you that.
She might have been, like, clean or whatever, but the bitch didn't have no front mouth. So she could kill her.
Yeah, well, welcome to healthcare in America. Dude, where we have no access to dental care, so you don't have to be a meth head to look like one.
You have access to choices. You could choose to do better. You could choose to be better. You can choose to learn some shit.
You could definitely
work your way out.
You could get some dentures at the very least. Is all I'm saying.
At the very least, like you could hustle some money together if you really fucking wanted it. You could make it happen because humans are resourceful. I think we've always been that way. It's part of survival. It's why we've lasted this long, is the resourcefulness, the ability to think creatively about problems and then coming up with solutions that are out of the norm. I love that shit.
I mean, we're on the forefront of that, I would think, in this country right now because we have no choice. I mean, we have to get to a place that...
Like, it's crazy.
What's
that?
It
really is. People are late to the game. I've been about this. I've been doing this and I've been knowing it.
Yeah, but the idea that like now we can't continue to think like we used to for the last 100 years.
We need another World War. We need World War III in this bitch.
Whoa.
We need... Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You thought that World War II didn't bring people together? You thought it was just about death and the Nazis and killing all the Jews?
Well, I mean, yeah, like 100 million plus died. So yeah, a lot of death.
That ain't fucking shit, dude. That's not a fucking...
So you're saying don't worry about the hundreds of millions that would die?
No, think about the lives that were saved. Let's talk about that. Let's move away from the negatives. Let's look at the positive that came out of it. Just about every modern convenient...
Yeah, but we're obviously trying to avoid a world war, dude. We're not trying...
Dude, you need that kind of shit because it creates... You either are going to band together and defeat evil, or you're all going to fucking die.
What if we are the evil?
Then we got to die, plain and simple.
I mean, you played Hell Jumpers or whatever it was called. Divers? That too.
Yeah, if we were like that, and it's kind of
we are that.
Like in a lot of ways.
Dude, what do you think they were writing about in Helldivers? That is our country spreading democracy. It's spreading capitalism, dude. It's all a metaphor for America, dude. True. The whole thing is somewhere, and you don't even want to play the game anymore. It's so good at making you realize how dark and fucked up we are. I didn't even want to play the game anymore. I was like, I get it. These robots actually didn't do anything to us. And these aliens also didn't do anything to us. Why are we just...
oil.
Oh, it's
We
fucked
oil,
up,
man.
man. It
It's not
puts
even a
you
fight.
right in the boots of a Marine invading Baghdad, like having to
Mhm.
shoot kids and women. And
Have you like watched those documentaries, dude?
do you
There's
know the
some really
numbers in Iraq? How many civilians we killed?
no, but that's part of war.
No,
Who gives
it's
a shit?
not. No, dude. No, it's kind
Are
of
you telling
insane.
me no?
I'm
No,
just
you
telling
tell
you,
no.
proportionally, you can't just say it's part of war because it's a modern
No,
thing
you
that
can't.
when,
So the
yeah,
firebombing of
because
Japan,
here's the problem.
all of that, like that's okay. We can firebomb entire cities. It's made out of wood. It'll just burn.
Yeah,
Like
you
that's
talking about the
fine.
bat bombs, dude?
No, I'm talking about firebombing
Oh, we did bat
Japan
bombs
before the
too.
nukes dropped.
Yeah, no, we did bat bombs too. I don't know if you ever heard about
Yeah,
the
like
bat
yeah,
bombs.
dude. There's all types of crazy shit that was
That burned
developed during
cities
World
down.
War
Yeah, I
II.
get it. But
Like
it's
it's part of
proportionately
it.
insane. I'll tell you the numbers. We killed like 69,000 Iraqi combatant soldiers.
Good.
We killed 2 million innocents.
Good. There's less fighters because that's part of the culture. That's all they do.
We killed
That's
2
all they
million
know.
people, dude. It's
Okay,
like a
that's
genocide, bro. Like that's insane. That's
no,
nowhere
buddy.
near the number of
No. See,
combatants.
here
In
we
World
go
War
again. This
II,
is
we
where
killed more
Americans.
combatants than civilians I mean,
Hey,
proportionally.
okay, I hear your point. I listen to your point. We killed a lot of motherfuckers. Now, here's the counter to that. That's all they fucking do, brother. That's all they've been doing for 1,000 years. All they do is fight and kill each other. It's fine.
You said they. Like, who are we talking about? I mean,
The Muslim population, all
oh,
of them.
damn.
That's
Oh,
all
my
they do
God.
is fight. That's part of the culture, dude. It's nothing against them. They're actually, they're pretty smart. They have pure devotion to their God. They are rigid in that belief. They wholeheartedly believe that when they kill the enemy,
Baghdadi citizens are
they're
not all Muslim. Like, that's
72.
not fair to
Really?
say.
Then they're
No.
dead. If you're
Well,
not
they're dead
Muslim,
just
and
for
then
living there. I mean,
yes,
it's fucked
if
up, dude.
you know how many like subtypes of Muslims that are there, at least 3, and they all fight each other. They kill each other just for slight variations in the
Yeah,
belief.
well, they don't wipe
And
out 2 million
dead.
innocents in a
No,
couple
dude,
years. I
they
mean,
just fuck little boys.
we
and
were worse terrorism over there
decapitate
than they
people,
are.
and
You know, it's
that's
hard to
that's
accept
what
that. I think
happens.
it's hard for a lot of people to swallow
Yeah.
that.
It's a fact of life and has been a fact of life and will continue to be a fact of life. Whether you want to believe it or not, it doesn't matter.
Fine.
Because
If it's a fact of
objectively
life, we
true.
could learn from it though and avoid World War III.
They
Obviously,
don't want to. They
well,
don't care, dude.
Well, that's what I was saying. Why do you want World War III? It will be the death
Because
of hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah, definitely will, but it will also cause people to come together. They'll have to put differences
Jesus.
aside if they want to make it out alive.
Let's say it's fought on our soil.
Okay, then people will put their shit aside real quick. We'll be all handing out
Yeah,
guns
that's
and
fair. Like if North Koreans
If it
started
really,
landing in
like,
California,
aims the blows,
all of a sudden,
everybody.
yeah,
They wouldn't get race. KKK don't give a fuck. They go into the hood because they know that motherfuckers can fight and they know they'll shoot and they'll shoot a lot.
yeah, no, we'd build
you got on your
absolutely,
side?
dude, absolutely. Well, China can't do it because they can't even feed their army here. It would be a
They don't.
logistical
They have
nightmare.
numbers.
But
That's it. But we have topography. We have land.
We have weapons on a level that like they don't even have, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. China's shitty rifles, shitty everything.
Like, no, dude, they have to steal their tech.
They have one aircraft carrier, and it has to be pulled by a tugboat.
Like, yeah, they can make the shit. They can make the stuff really fast.
It's so funny to me.
And I've heard other people talk about how they can they're making their navy at an exponentially faster rate than we are. Okay, so we're going for
but they don't have the tech we have, dude. Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah,
they have a long way to go on Navy. That would be a stupid. Just in submarines alone, we could end them.
If they could do a beach landing on Taiwan and take it on the ground, I'd be very surprised.
What do you think? What do you think Taiwan would do? Are they backed by us at this point? Do they have a lot of our shit? Like, I mean,
America
they could definitely take Taiwan.
Yeah.
They could take it, no problem.
If we didn't get into it, yeah, they could probably do it, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't be a fight, brother. They'd have to use air assets. If they didn't control the air, they'd be fucked. Well, if they did not control the air and handled all the ground weapons, China would never make it. 100%, I guarantee you that.
I think we're about to be friends with them, honestly, because we want to annex Canada now. We want to
That would
annex
be weird.
Greenland.
That would be kind of weird.
Okay, so no, literally, it's super weird. He's talking about annexing Canada, taking Canada, like
I'm
Putin
sure. I
talk,
think
dude.
Canadians at this point would be like, "Fuck yes, please."
No, they wouldn't.
Please,
Every
God.
Canadian is like, absolutely not. We don't want your shitty health care. We don't want anything to do
I
with
don't
you
know.
assholes. So no.
Trudeau is a fucking piece of shit, dude.
Well, that's a whole different discussion. Everybody agrees in Canada on that, but they don't want to be part of the U.S. Not one
Nah, they want
Canadian. No, they don't, dude. Look it
to
up. I've done my research on that. No Canadians.
go to Canada.
No
I'll speak for
Canadians want
America.
any
I'll
part
change
of
their
this
mind.
country. They look down at us like a dumpster fire that lives underneath them.
No, dude.
All they
I'll
are
change
is
their mind.
what we
You
are
need
to
to-
them is a big border patrol for China. Like, I mean, not China, Mexico, right?
Mexico.
Like, it just like protects them from everyone. We're just their badass belt in Canada.
We're
And
their stupid ass big brother that they
could you
secretly
imagine?
hate.
Could you imagine
Trudeau's
going to
badass.
if we went to war with Canada, dude?
Dude, the thing I would be worried about would be the timing.
Well, dude, if we go to war with Canada, we have to go to war with all of fucking NATO, dude. That is World War. That NATO is not a fucking
That'd be
joke,
cool.
dude.
Yeah, well, NATO's
NATO's
bitches.
every militarized
is on our
country,
side.
dude. They will shit on us
Right.
in some ways, bro. I'm telling you. They
I
got
don't know.
Germany, France, Britain, every country, dude. Every country in
mean-
Europe
Oh,
and Canada. Dude,
Oh.
Britain is not going to be cool
Europe,
with us
babe.
fucking around with Canada,
Europe.
dude. Yeah, but
That
they
would be
got
a
nukes,
great-
dude. They got
Wait,
nukes
was
like
it?
a motherfucker. They have weapons,
Okay,
bro.
then everyone dies. If someone launches a nuke, then the world is done. Who gives a shit? Like if someone launches one, all
Well,
are
that's
being
what we're
launched.
trying to
At that
avoid.
point-
You wouldn't want to go to war with NATO. I mean, what the
Nah.
fuck is going on, dude? The only way they can defend themselves is nuclear.
That's like Star Wars, dude, and NATO is Luke, and America has become Darth Vader. They were once Anakin Skywalker, young Padawan from Tatooine, just living his life racing fucking pods and kicking alien ass, and now we're Darth Vader, dude.
We
That's
are.
it.
We totally
We're
are
fucking
Darth
Darth Vader.
Vader. Yeah.
That's it.
We are the
love it.
stormtroopers, except we can shoot
Yeah,
like real well.
we don't have shitty ass helmets.
Like we don't
Yeah, dude.
miss. Yeah.
And we're all about the Second Amendment, America. Fuck yeah.
God damn, that's too good of an analogy that America has
Yeah.
become Darth Vader and NATO
Yeah,
is going to
true.
become Luke Skywalker and may have to, put us in our place. You realize though that absolutely will mean fighting on this soil. Bombs dropped on our soil.
Skis, dog. We gotta go. I don't want no part of that.
Drone formations. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
You've seen
I'm
these
sure there's
Chinese
places
drones.
we could go.
Wait, no, there isn't. That's what I just was talking about in the video. Where are we going, guys? There ain't nowhere to go, guys. We have to defend our land as the people at
I
some
could get
point.
somewhere.
And I
You
don't
can't
mean
go
in
nowhere.
World War III. I was just talking on an ideological sense. We have to defend our own psyches from hating each other. We have to defend the front land of our frontal cortex. We have to defend the online and every digital digestion that we take in, because you have to know that big money is trying to separate the people that aren't ultra wealthy. They're trying to divide us all the time, and it's such bullshit. We need to come together. We need to start having American rallies. American rallies will be people that aren't billionaires. And you know how many people would show up at that on both sides?
Free food? Who's cooking? The black people
dude.
gotta cook.
I'm telling you, it'd be because
gotta
the
find-
women's march alone was nuts. Imagine what an American march would be. MAGA and the blue get together, dude. Oh shit. Now we're cooking, dude. Now we
Now
don't
we're
need
cooking,
bombs, dude. We don't. We've got every American. If we can get past our racism, our sexism, misogyny, our hatred, homophobia, all these things that are distractions, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's all bullshit. It's all bad for us, and it's all
You
we
see?
talk about is shit like
You
this.
see why I choose to not fucking engage in any of that bullshit?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I feel a responsibility as a parent to engage to try to make it better, and that's why we're talking today.
Oh man, I mean, I do respect that. I like that. It's very inspirational. I'm the opposite. Prepare for the fucking worst. Make beasts.
Well, I understand, but I know your intention is good. Your intention
Yeah.
first for everybody would be
I
to
would-
protect their kids
I do.
and to push down on the gas because somebody's got to do it, in the sense of
Who the fuck else is, dude?
stopping division, because like we can absolutely say all day what we disagree on that doesn't matter, but let's talk about what we agree on that absolutely does matter. And
Real fucking sucks. And everyone
most of us
sucks.
agree. Most of us agree on most things. Most of us are in the middle, man. Most of us,
Yeah.
and they have us believe that we're on opposite polar ends of the spectrum. It's just not true. It's not.
I mean,
it's gaslighting.
You gotta get away. The only way out is through, I guess you could say, but also people gotta disconnect. I don't have Facebook. I haven't in almost.
Well, we've got to disconnect with that shit, and we got to reconnect with reality. We got to reconnect with our neighbors.
I play Magic
You know what I
the
mean?
Gathering. That involves me having to go interact with people.
We got to start holding doors again. We got to start saying, "Excuse me." We got, you know what I mean?
I never stopped.
Yeah, but how offended are you at Walmart these days?
Because the door opened automatically and it's fucking gay.
No.
You can't stand there all
because
day.
people. I mean, for me, as a white privilege yet white hatred, everybody hates me, white man in this country.
You have that cop face, and everyone thinks you fucking.
Well, plus I have a cop face. That's another thing. That's a whole different thing in a discussion. But I'm just saying, in my experience, I can only speak towards the fact that there's this weird like dominance culture of like, if I'm holding the door, or if let's say at Walmart, I'm walking down the line and we're walking at each other, I'm walking on the right side, which is, we're in America. You walk on the right side of a fucking aisle. I mean, what the fuck are you doing, dude? It's just like the road. You know what I mean? If you're walking up the left side of the aisle, you get fucked to me. But anyway, you're coming at each other, and there's some people that'll just be like, they'll like honestly just dominate and like not let you through, like make you move, make you call the audible all the time, because they can't. And I don't say that on just a little micro level that I remember. I mean, it's a consistent theme when I lived in Detroit, when I'd go to Thomasville in Georgia, where it's like that area and that Walmart in particular is like mostly not my color, and I'm fine with that. But like at the same time, I'm always the one that's got to be calling the audible. Nobody's excusing them. You know what I mean? Nobody even they treat me like I hate them. Like they make the assumption that I hate them. And it's just crazy, bro. Like I'm a courteous dude. I'm not prejudiced. I don't really, I treat people how they treat me. You know what I'm saying? So that could be any color that I could not get along with. And I just always assume the best in people. I think we need to start doing more of that is all. We need to assume better of each other, because these news anchors, on both sides, and everybody who's trying to influence us in terms of money and social media would have you believe that these people around you with a MAGA hat like hate you and you hate them, or someone who is of a different skin tone, hates you. Like white people hate you. That's not true, dude. That's something that's big time right now in the algorithms, that white people are like, they just hate black people, or they hate colored people of any color. Like they, and it's just it's not true, dude. It's not true. The most white people do not see color like that. They're respectful. I mean, yeah, if you act a fool, you could be white or black or whatever. You act like an idiot, we'll treat you like a fucking idiot, like any race, But it's crazy how so many people are fed on both sides that, black people hate white people and white people hate black. And it's just not true. It really isn't. But we don't interact enough beyond our phone to know the difference anymore. So we've been completely morphed into this, almost like going back 100 years, honestly, in terms of how we think about each other, and the differences is wild now because of social media algorithms that love to keep us on the apps. They like to keep things controversial, right? And who doesn't love a good Western, or like some old school 100 years ago? It seems like more engaging. It's like more serotonin and dopamine we get from shit that's like, what is it, 100 years ago? And then the algorithm's like, oh, he likes that. Cool, we'll keep giving him shit. And the more that people go back to that 100 years ago shit, or even like white nationalism as like an ideology that I think white people have, it's a small minority of white people that are white nationalists. Small minority. But the algorithm will have you think that most white people are nationalists and white nationalists now. Like as if the KKK has been grown by Zuckerberg. by social media. All of a sudden, like everybody's in the KKK, or it's
That's how it
frustrating.
works.
It's
You can't
frustrating
just
for sure being white and everybody just like kind of assuming that I am some white nationalist now because I got white nationalist face. For real, like it's crazy.
like I don't want to be that guy, but you do look like a fucking 50.
I
So
know,
that's why
dude.
you,
I have a comb over and shit. Like I look
you
like I'm from
need like
55 and I just
you
beat
need to
up a
have
bunch
me
of
with
gay
you.
dudes for fun. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you just
Like
hung
I
it
just
through
have
like,
that
all
look.
right.
Like I'm a greaser or something. I ride motorcycles and I beat up brown people. It's just weird, and I'm
That's
not
right.
that at all, dude. At all.
Yeah, you're actually
But
kind of ghetto. You know,
yeah, dude. I mean, I don't
like,
know.
you're from the ghetto.
I prefer living in black
I think.
communities, bro. I've
Okay,
lived
I
in
think I know what it
Philly.
is, dude. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't have enough black people around you to vouch for your hoodness.
Well, I did, but they died. A lot of them
Well,
died. So
yeah, that's
I'm
usually
getting
isn't that how
old.
it goes?
Well,
They
no,
don't
I
make
mean,
it.
people just die of all colors. It's not just how it goes, you racist bastard.
Hey, that's racist, dude. Because I'm fucking half
That's
black.
super racist that you just thought they died because they were. No, dude, some of them were highly educated and they just died of
Oh,
cancer or they died of a brain aneurysm. Dude, that happens to anybody. But like a lot of my
yeah, but a
friends,
lot of blacks.
because I grew up in a very white city in Ohio, very white, but it was right next to a very black city. And we spent a lot of our time there. And I spent more time there than I did amongst the yuppies and the hoity-toities in my town. I didn't want nothing to do with them. I mean, I was
They're
kind
not
of,
cool.
I was a bad boy, dude. I was doing bad things. I
You
mean,
was a hood nigga? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I just did the
I can
basics,
say that.
the
I don't
basics.
sound like I have black in me, but I totally do. I just looks Mexican. And that's not racist of me to say. Get fucked.
You have everything in you, dude. You're
I'm
like a fucking,
14% Nigerian. Kill
you're,
yourself. How about that?
why kill myself? Because you're
I don't
Nigerian.
know. I don't know.
But I liked what
It's
you
just
were saying
something to say.
earlier about the fact that raising kids is making sure that they love themselves, man. That's so heavy and so huge because it's hard to
Yeah.
do. And I think that our generation and generations before us
Dude,
did
we're
not
it.
get that, dude. The boomers didn't
No.
get that. The
Nope.
Gen X didn't get that. The
Not
millennials
for a
didn't get
fucking
that.
second.
Like we're passing down hatred, and that is an
Mm-hmm.
evolution. Hatred of ourselves, right? From
Yeah.
it's just how it is. It's kind of like borderline personality, honestly. It
Yeah.
basically is borderline to not own your own value, know who you are, have your feet on the ground of who you are, like know your values as well, know your priority of values, know who you are as a person and value that. I saw a short the other day that was like, it was just a show where a guy's like, would you rather be a cheetah or a lion? And the guy goes, well, I'm me, dude. I don't want to be a cheetah or a lion. I like being me. And
Ooh, that's a damn good
the
answer.
dude was like, you have no idea how psychologically healthy that answer was. And it's like, yeah, all of us actually had to think about that because we didn't have that. We don't have that
Yeah, that
instilled
wasn't our
value in
first thought.
ourselves.
It was
Hell no,
always, okay,
dude.
which one do I want to be? Fuck, I got to think about this. All right, the cheetah can run fast, but the lion,
I'd be
he
a lion
big.
all day, dude. Fuck a cheetah.
Yeah, cheetahs will get winded real fast.
I'd be a
They got you a
lion. They
lot.
sleep all day, kill all night,
Yeah.
dude. Love it. Love it, dude. I mean, not all
But
night. Sometimes they don't even eat for a month. But they sleep like most of the time and they just
they're
own
good.
shit.
They'll be eating all the time because his pride or whatever are they called a pride?
Yeah,
Pride
it's
of
a
lions?
pride.
The pride would be have great hunting grounds. Territory would be just rife.
Dude, no, you can't say that being a wild animal. You won't know, dude. You could starve at any time.
And then
Like it's
you
pretty
are a bad
serious being
leader.
a wild animal. There ain't no
I mean,
like
they think about this stuff.
easy living and shit, dude. Like
You think they don't think
it's
about
like being
this?
straight commission sales on steroids, being a fucking lion. I mean, Jesus,
Exactly.
dude, the pressure psychologically, dude, it's pretty goddamn serious being a
But
lion.
it's the women that do all the hunting. They do all the killing.
Yeah, well, that's salespeople too. It's the same life, except for it's way
So
higher
women,
stakes
only
for a
women should do
lion.
sales.
Jesus Christ.
I think only women should do sales. I think we should make that a law.
Well,
Only women know how to do that.
lionesses can hunt too. You better believe it. Lionesses are the real king
Yeah,
and queen of
all
the
of them know
jungle,
they're
dude.
hunting.
It ain't the lion, dude. It's the lioness.
The lion's job is to fucking get the
Yeah,
hyena
he's
to
the
come fuck
grunt,
with
dude.
them.
No, he's the
Yeah,
muscle. That's all he is.
yeah, that's
And
it.
they're
The
gentle
women are
usually
actually
compared to
in
lionesses, dude. Lionesses, I
charge.
mean, cats eat their fucking weak babies. They eat their
Yeah,
goddamn babies, the weak ones, okay? They don't have
yeah.
feels. A lioness,
They don't have time to
they
develop feels. They
they
gotta
have
get
no
that food,
feels,
bro.
dude. As a male lion actually would rather have feels, and that's why I just think even on a human level, we're very similar. We have a lot more feels as men, as
Dude,
mammal men. If you look at
listen.
any species, men do not do well by themselves.
Listen here, buddy.
They
I'm about to
don't.
tell you some real shit.
What's some real shit?
Humans are like a lot of animals if we stop thinking we're so fucking special just because we
Yeah,
can
of course.
communicate in different ways and we can do a little bit more stuff. It
Yeah,
don't
we're
really amount to
animals,
nothing.
totally.
You're still a
Absolutely.
fucking animal, brother.
I hate people
So,
that are elitist about humans being some
yeah,
special thing. Fuck
just
that shit,
accept
dude.
your place. It's okay to like feel good about who you are, but you're not better than anyone or anything.
Exactly.
What
Exactly.
makes you feel
Amen.
better?
There's such a thing as ecology, and we're
Yeah.
just part of it, bro. We're not,
Dude,
you know.
pure neutrality, man. Like balance. Be the color fucking purple. That's what I say. Be the color purple. Balanced.
Ooh, what does that
Yeah,
mean? Color
it's
purple.
okay. You have to understand like art. I guess blue is a cold color, right? Blue you associate with cold. Yes.
Sure.
Red, hot. You know that stove is red. Do you want to touch it? Do you think it's cool?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I think I see
Yeah.
where you're going.
Now you put them together. What do you have? You have warm, right?
Right.
It's not too cold. It's not too hot. You have balance. So
Right.
be the color purple. I know that's not a fucking real color, but still, be the fucking color purple. It's okay
I
that it's
just
not
think
real. All
there's
like
some
that.
yeah, well, that's I thought you were getting
Yes.
into a weird analogy about the physics of the color purple, which doesn't actually
Mhm.
exist. That our brain
Nope.
actually creates the color purple, which is really fucking cool. And I like
Yeah.
that analogy on the idea of being the color purple in the sense that like human brains can do things that defy the physics on an atomic level of color. I mean, we can do things, we can make colors in our fucking brain,
Mm-hmm.
make them up that aren't even
Yeah.
fucking there with purple. And so that means that we can also create an existence with each other and our existence in our own relationship with some level of like creator spirituality that is uh, defying what we would think as what is bound by the prism of light in physics. You know, it's defying what we think we know. Because, like, we obviously don't know shit. We barely know how the human body works. We barely know
Yeah.
what happens in the human body when you eat a piece of broccoli.
We
We
don't even know
don't
what's in the
know.
ocean.
We just know that it's good, broccoli, good. And if you could put broccoli in a synthesized pill, you'd be a trillionaire overnight. But we
Okay, you
don't
look.
know why. We literally don't understand what happens when you eat an apple in your body. It's too complex for us to even be able to understand that. So of course
We
we
ain't
don't
there
understand
yet.
the limits of psychology, the limits of our mind. There are none. None. So the
Do you think that?
evolution is like I think we could evolve faster, just like IT. And the
Do you
myth that
think we?
IT evolves faster than us holds us back because we think with our lizard reptilian brain too much and we can't even see past it. We can't see that we have a chance to see past it. It's just like fleas that you put in a jar and they can only jump so high. If you leave them in the jar for 3 days, they'll never jump higher than that jar height. And in our
Yeah.
psychology, we'll never jump higher than what we have been told the highest that we can jump. The idea of IQ, for example, is a total fucking myth. That's something that you can grow with time. They have proven that now that you can actually get higher and higher IQ as you age. So
Mm-hmm.
the idea that you're boxed into some number is total bullshit. We know that now. And we also know that there's way more important intelligences than just IQ. There's EQ, emotional intelligence, like you're talking about as a parent for kids. That
Mm-hmm.
idea that if somebody asked my son if he wants to be a lion or a cheetah, he'd say, no, he'd rather be him, dude. That's my goal.
Fuck
Shit.
yeah.
How do
That's where it's
you
at.
how do you do that?
It's consistency, accountability, not only with what they're doing, what the expectations are. It's also about what you're doing. Like, buddy.
Right. You have to be that level of confidence in yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So it's a
It
big part
almost
of it.
sounds like a sociopath, though, right? To us, if somebody is that confident in themselves, at first you see it as like, holy shit, they're so egotistical. Holy shit, they're so into themselves, right? Like, because that's our
Arrogance.
conditioning. That's our
Yeah.
arrogance, right? But it
Mhm.
shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be arrogance. You know, there's
Yeah.
a difference between arrogance and self-value.
Yeah, 100%. It's where
That's
is
some
the
good
line?
shit right there, dude.
It's just determining where the
We're
line
here,
is.
dude. We're out here.
Yeah,
Spitting this fire. We're here, dude.
The shit's not easy. It really isn't. Like, I know people always talk like, raising kids it's unique to everyone.
Yeah,
No.
but you're raising your own inner child too. That's not.
Yeah,
It's not
man.
easy to live. It's not easy to exist.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think everyone loses touch with their inner child and the things that they go through. They don't come to terms with things. They hold on to regrets and they carry it throughout their life. I know.
Yeah.
I've have held on to a deep burning rage. Okay.
A deep burning rage. I think we can all relate to that. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to the deep burning rage.
It's on a whole other level. It's scary. Like when it gets
not in this country. If you took it over to Spain, it might scare them. Take it over to France. It ain't scaring us in America. We're all scarred on a level that is insane.
It scares me. Okay. And
yeah, well,
that's all that matters.
Fair.
And I don't like it, and I want to change it. So that's where it is. You have to change yourself, so then you can give those tools to your kids and teach them the skills. If you want to teach them, you gotta
have them. Exactly. Exactly. Right.
So you want to have to learn. So you might as well implement it. It's just
that's what we're all dealing with from, I think, the boomers and the Gen Xers at this point, is that they weren't taught anything on that. They weren't taught anything on that, dude. They were beaten. They were abused. They were neglected. They were raised by raging alcoholics, bro. I mean, think about what the boomers dealt with, dude. These were serious, hard-nosed motherfuckers. And think about what they dealt with. What the greatest generation dealt with as parents. We're talking about the people that are our great-grandparents.
Yeah, great-grandparents.
Our great-grandparents. What the fuck they dealt with in terms of borderline? In terms of questioning self-value? Oh, my God, dude. Neglect and abuse on a level that we can't even fucking fathom, dude.
Remember something?
We can't.
Yeah.
The greatest generation dealt with shit that we can't not fathom.
No,
we think going and picking a switch is hardcore. No, dude. No, dude.
They went to war.
I don't even know enough about it. That's how bad it was. They didn't document it. They didn't document what they did to kids in 1910.
That is true. No,
19 fucking
bad now.
10.
Whew.
Okay. Yeah, I can't imagine, dude. I just cannot imagine.
It's on a whole other level back then because it was part of the culture.
Well, alcoholism was part of the culture too, on a deeper level, like big time, dude.
Abandonment of children was very common back then as well. Like, you know,
we have no fucking idea what it'd be like to be growing up in the Great Depression and what those parents did. And then think about, for one moment, give a fucking moment of silence to the parents before that, dude. The parents and the kids in 1870. What?
I haven't been quite long enough.
What the fuck? Hey. I mean, they're dying of, like, I don't know, a cut on their leg, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
simple shit, common cold, killing all the kids on the block.
This is kind of what we're seeing kind of evolve in humanity, is like science gets better, life quality gets better. Yes. We beat our kids less, we drink less over time. We legalize weed. We hopefully legalize mushrooms for our kids because they're way better than alcohol.
Buddy, a
And
lot of research is being done on the magic mushies. Okay, a
all
lot.
mushroom, not just psilocybin, but all mushrooms
They're
need
looking
research. We
into it.
need research because
Yeah,
there's
they're
only
doing
three, and that's again on the argument of are we animals? There's only three type of things you can be. Okay, you can be an animal,
it.
you can be a fucking plant,
Yep.
or you can be a mineral.
Yep.
That's it. Those are the three. So as humans,
I want to do
what
a
are we?
fungus.
A mineral? No, we're not a fucking mineral, even though we're made of stardust. Side note. But we're not a mineral, obviously. We're not a plant. So we can argue that we are very close to chimpanzees, very close to gorilla, very close to dog, for fuck's sake, genetically.
Dolphins.
So, I mean, come on. Why do you think we call women bitches? All right. I'm sorry, ladies. I love you.
That's fucking racist, dude. You're going to hell.
It's just the truth. Ask Mariah. I mean, my mom had a dog named Maggie, and I tell you what, I didn't understand. I had female dogs my whole life, and they were gentle and they were okay. But I tell you what, this dog proves why they call female dogs bitches. I mean, this dog was just in control of fucking everyone and everything at all times. She was the goddamn boss, and she weighed like 8 pounds. She's a fucking.
Pomeranian?
She was a Shih Tzu.
What the fuck is that?
It's half poodle, half Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu.
That
And I tell you what,
fucking gay.
Shih Tzus are serious about theirs, dude. You have a female Shih Tzu, you have a new god, and
Shih Tzu?
yeah, dude, Shih Tzu. They're pretty popular. They're half Shih Tzu because Shih Tzus are popular.
Oh yeah,
and then half poodle. And I tell you what, I've never met a bitch like this bitch.
Little tiny dog.
Yeah, dude, I was like 30 and I was afraid of this fucking 8-pound dog.
You're a fucking bitch.
No, I'm telling you, she would have things. If she had something, okay, the way that she interacted with humans, if she had something she wanted to keep, was the craziest demon I've ever seen. It reminds me of Chihuahuas. It's like Chihuahuas, dude. Like when they lose their shit.
Dog again?
Even Chihuahuas are very. You've never interacted with a female Chihuahua, dude? That's a demon hound. That's Cerberus. Okay.
Yeah,
they're vicious little fuckers, dude. They really are. She gave no fuck. She will draw blood on you many times quickly. She was like a goddamn snake. She's quick, dude.
I mean, bro, I'm punching that dog in the fucking nose. Like, what are you doing? I don't care if it's your fucking dog. Train it better. It's not finna bite me. I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna assume dominance. If you can't dominate, don't worry, Daddy will take it. I'll handle that.
Well, shit.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Okay.
I don't care. Kids, dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Check out. And side note, shameless plug. Check out Eric's Domination of Women class at www.ericcuevas.com.
You're a fucking crack, and don't you ever say those words ever again. That's getting edited out. Put my name out there like that.
What?
Well,
you know how many Eric Cuevases there are, dude?
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, I'll share my name. I don't care.
There's a lot of Mexicans.
I'll share my name, dude.
My brother's out there.
No, I just heard of a NASCAR guy recently. His name was I shit you not. His name was, I forget the fuck.
Dude, you can't set it up like, oh, this is gonna be this crazy ass name.
It was like Richard Tinkle, right? So his name was Dick Tinkle. They called him Dick Tinkle, dude. And he smoked a cigarette while he was racing in NASCAR. Dick Tinkle.
That's fucking the most redneck thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh shit.
It was either Tinkle or Trickle. Something like it was like Dick Trick. It was like you're literally named as a cum shot. So fucking wild,
dude. That's fucking phenomenal.
And then that dude was smoking. They used to smoke cigarettes while racing NASCAR. They're driving 210 miles an hour. You
better let them smoke a Joeski. They're risking their lives for your fucking entertainment, man. You better give them a.
It's crazy. I mean, they were like shoving their head in the mask to put the cigarette back in their mouth, and like, I mean, it looked not fun at all to smoke a cigarette with this big mask and helmet on. But it's just wild that they still like guys, put a fucking dip in, man. I mean,
Ugh,
what the fuck,
that's
dude?
fucking disgusting, dude.
Well,
If you dip,
I mean,
kill yourself.
I would say on pouch, but this was back in like the fucking 70s and 80s, so they didn't have on
Yeah, it
pouches.
was like dippy.
Yeah, they weren't
I'm
gay
sure
yet,
the dip,
so.
the dip back then was probably like a lot better quality. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it'll put a hole in your face really fast. High quality
Yeah,
shit, you know?
yeah, like good shit. So you know them people fucking their mouth is fucked.
It kills. I mean, it used to kill people way fast. It still does kill actually people faster than
Yeah,
smoking.
dude. If
So
I ever do that, dude, just shoot me in the fucking face because I obviously don't care about my life anymore.
I used to love Redman as a pitcher. They used to bring me Skull
What?
in the well, Redman is not dip, okay? Dip is its own thing
Dumb?
that sucks. Redman is actual tobacco leaves that are flavored like sour apple, peach, whatever, and you just put them in your right side of your cheek, and it's called cha. It's not dip,
Aw.
it's called cha. And cha is
Aw.
actually really good. You need to spit regularly. It'll make spit because you're putting it right next to your
I
salivary
salivate a
glands.
lot as it is. That's
Yeah,
not a
you'll
problem.
yeah.
I'll
Well,
drool
but it
already.
tastes really good. It tastes like raisins. And so they would come to me as a pitcher. I was this pretty serious, successful pitcher. So I pitched on teams that were like contracted, traveling. They're all teams that are people that are going to try to get a full ride to college and stuff. Like I was a pretty good pitcher. And so I'd be in these bullpens with pitchers that are like serious. I mean, these dudes are in college on a full ride. They're like pitching with me in the summer, and I'm hanging out with them. They'd be like, "You have to put a dip in when they call you up to pitch. Everybody puts a dip in. So everybody does that. When you get called to pitch as a reliever, you're in the bullpen warming up. They give you tobacco to like get you going, to like get you to focus. Because
Yeah,
I think
it gives you a rush or something.
it helps you focus for sure. And
Yeah?
it gets your heartbeat going faster so you can get more blood to your muscles. So arguably
There's like some
physiologically.
science behind it.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
mean,
just
that's why
psychological thing.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to smoke and use nicotine when he was lifting. Like there's bodybuilders that use nicotine before they lift because of the physiological effects of nicotine. They also smoke weed before they lifted for
Yeah.
psychological effects that get you like kind of in the zone and
Yeah.
brain is body and what have you. I mean, it makes sense to me. I definitely get high and get on the rower a few times in my day. That's good. That's good shit. Lifting also, like you just get more in tune with your body a little bit with certain strands, especially, or if you have vaporizer that can kind of affect your body, you just kind of feel more focus about what you're doing. And so you do push-ups with a greater intention when you're just a little bit high. I mean, you're not like high out of your fucking gourd. You're just a little bit high. Like it helps you focus on form, and it helps you kind of feel almost every fiber in your muscles as they struggle and as they fail. And muscle growth is all about failure, working to failure. And so like feeling that actual failure and pushing it to the point where it needs to be. I think that there's new channels in your mind that are kind of opened by certain strands of cannabinoids that wouldn't be active if you didn't do that. Now, you could argue that there's plenty of endorphins that come from exercising and what have you, but just that focus the whole time, I think, helps because it helps your form, helps you feel when you're not at failure. When you are, you have to push yourself to complete failure to grow muscle at the highest capacity. So if you're not smoking, let's say you're dry vaping, so there's no carcinogens, there's no tar, there's no damage to your lungs, dry vaping, then there's only benefit from doing that before you work out, especially on a lower temperature. There's going to be more head buzz than body to help you kind of focus and just kind of pull the whole thing together. It helps your brain elevate from where you normally are and creates new channels of thought, new creativity. And that's what you're doing when you're chiseling away at your body, is you're being creative in the future vision of your body, like it's a creative, you're sculpting to some degree.
I never really worked out, so like
You have with me a couple times.
Not like, you know what I mean, like really done it for an extended period, like a long, like multiple months,
I think it's more about creating circuits for people like us. Like people that have ADHD, if you're on that spectrum, if you're on any type of treatment for ADHD or ever been diagnosed, like you should make your life into circuits. Identify what are the things that you can do on a daily basis. Like today, what can I do to better my life? If that's apply for jobs, for example, like if you don't have a job, applying for jobs is obviously an important activity in that position. And
Or
so
at
you
least
have like
learning
applying
something.
for jobs,
Sheesh.
or learning something, fine, but like,
Learn a new skill.
but that's
And
a
then you
whole
can take that
different,
with
that's a
you.
different quadrant of the pyramid of existence. You have to make money today. So like as
Oh,
soon as
today.
possible, you're applying
Oh
for
shit.
jobs.
That's
And then
easy.
you're also learning, that's another quadrant. And you take that and then you would say, I also need to better my body, my balance, my strength of my mind, strength of my fascia, my muscle, my bones, all these things. So I have to have physical movement. And so I have all three of these quadrants: apply for jobs, learn more every day, and work out. So then you can make a
Mhm.
simple circuit out of that that is like, I'm going to apply for 2 jobs, then I'm going to do 2 different exercises, be that push-ups and squats or push-ups and
Yep.
curls, even just 5 apiece. You don't have to do enough that you're sweaty to get gain physiologically from it. And there's a big misconception with that people think working out means you have to get sweaty. You never have to get sweaty ever unless you're trying to train cardiovascular health, but even still you're training cardiovascular health in resistance training. So let's say you applied for 2 jobs, and then even as simple as this, you did 1 curl and 1 push-up. And then you go to read 1 page from a book so you can learn something new. Or from a class on security or networking or some programming, coding, sales, whatever your thing is. You go read 1 page about that subject that's something new. You water your brain, the garden of your mind, with new information. Read 1
Mhm.
page, and then you go apply for 2 jobs, and then you do 2 push-ups and 2 curls or whatever that is. Maybe you do 10. I would argue you should push your muscle to failure, then move on to learning something, right? So put it in the perspective of all things you need to do, but on a baby, edible, appetizing level that you're going to actually do and enjoy the variation because you're ADHD, because you're slightly Asperger's,
Yeah.
because you're autistic or whatever it is. Like, we don't want to do the same thing for never ending hours. I think we've shown that over decades of work, that sitting in a cubicle, sending emails, taking calls, doing the same work for hours on end is not good for us. But knowing the
Mhm.
things that we can benefit ourselves and our life with, and then just do edible bites of that in rotation, and that will balance your body, your mind, and your productivity in terms of chasing good old fashioned capitalism and monetary gain on the scoreboard that everybody else is looking at. We got to do that too. But we know that more importantly, we have to be reading. More importantly, we have to be doing push-ups. Like for
Mhm.
ourselves to feel our best. We have to. And it sucks.
Yep.
Like you start on your knees as a fat guy. Like I started on my knees for push-ups. Like that's it. It's not like something you want to tell everybody about, right? But it's what you do.
Doesn't
I
matter.
mean,
Like, who
it does
cares?
not matter at
Are they the
all.
ones
Yeah.
fucking doing it?
Honestly,
No, they're
what
not.
keeps me from doing it is like knee pain. So just putting a pillow down, I'm more likely to do as many as 50 to 200
Yeah.
push-ups a day. If I have a pillow specifically in a push-up area, and when I walk by it, I might just do 5, I might do 10, I might do 20. It just depends on what I
Mhm.
feel like doing. I let my body drive that motion, but have some type of schedule where my body has an opportunity to drive that motion, where I've created the
Yeah.
opportunity in my mind to say, well, fuck, I'm going to have a curl bar, just a 20-pound dumbbell at my feet all the
Mhm.
time. So if I feel like doing 10 curls on both arms, cool, I'll do that. And I'm just sitting here working and I have that nearby me. I mean, we're literally like 10 seconds away from getting something that we could curl, but we're not going to do that if we haven't created the pathway in our thought that I should have something nearby that I could just curl. Because it just feels good. It does. It's good for your heart. It's
Yeah.
good for your body. It's good. It's good for you overall, psychologically, and every other sense. So just
And you can
having
see
something
it.
nearby is the biggest
It's right
difference. It's
there.
not like you're lazy. You just don't have
Yeah.
that thought pattern to think that there's something near. Like just put a
No, no,
dumbbell
no,
at your
no.
feet. You'll do them. Put a pillow somewhere that's your little push-up corner, and maybe it's by the bathroom or something that you walk by regularly, and then you'll drop and do 10. Like, that's good for you. I mean, I don't care if you're a man or woman, whatever. Like, push up is the best workout known to man. If you only had one workout to do the rest of your life and you couldn't do anything else, the push up is the best thing for your body. And just do them. I mean, just do 3. Like, it just doesn't matter. Do 1. It really makes no difference, because you don't have to get sweaty to grow muscle and to help your brain develop endorphins that are regularly there just by doing a circuit type of day. I think we're getting past the point that we're doing the same thing all the time, where you go cook for 8 hours or sit on the phone for 8 hours or do anything for this long. It's just stupid. And we should be more self-employed, gaining skills, because we're circuit training new skills. We're circuit training our body, and we're circuit training work all the time. And I in my experience, it makes work fun. It makes working out fun. If you just did it in working out, you could do that. But overall, it's just like, we got to get past this idea that going to the gym for an hour is the only way to get in shape. It's bullshit. That's the gym industry that is telling you that. It's not anything else. Like, only fucking bodybuilders need to go to a goddamn gym. Yeah, I guess if you don't want to buy a treadmill, but treadmills cost like $129 these days. You can have a treadmill you can run on tomorrow for like nothing. So it's not, you don't need a gym. They make these real cheap treadmills now. They have no hands or anything. It's just a fucking belt. That's all you need, dude. Treadmill it out. I mean, you could walk and put a weighted vest on. That's how I started. When I was 300 pounds, I put a weighted vest on and just started walking. Put a 20-pound weighted vest on and start walking. And that multiplies the calories you burn per step, because you're moving more weight. It's a physics thing. You're just moving more weight around, so you're going to burn more calories for each step.
Damn, man. Like, when I lived there and was walking a lot, dude, I wasn't sweating or really anything, and I lost a lot of weight. I wish I would have put on a weighted vest, dude. I probably would have got down to my target weight, because I was doing some mileage.
Fuck yeah. If you put on a weighted vest, it multiplies your output, because you're carrying more weight. So the 20-pound weighted vest makes a lot of sense. If you're somebody who's like me, I was so heavy I couldn't run. Plus, I have disc issues. I can't run. So I had to walk, speed walk. And I called my dad. I said, what would you do to lose weight? Because he's just like, he's always been lean. He knows what to do. He ran cross country. Like, a dude can make his body into whatever he wants. It's crazy. And he'll drink the whole time. It's amazing. I don't know how he does it. But he told me, he's like, you want to walk, when you exercise, just walk like your hair is on fire.
But you're not allowed to run.
Well, I mean, if you walk like your hair is on fire, it's pretty much the same, especially if you do it in interval training, which is important to notate. It's not about walking for long periods of time. You walk as hard as you can for 1 minute.
Oh.
And then you stop. You literally stop walking, catch your breath. And what that does is it actually burns more fat after you work out than when you're working out, because it makes your heart fight to rest. And the first time you do this, you'll realize, like, yeah, this is what really sucks about working out. Actually, it's not about, jogging for an hour or walking for an hour and having your heart at a steady pace that's increased. It's not about that. It's about making your heart fight to rest. Okay. If you make your heart fight back to resting rate, that builds a ton of metabolic burning. It's called afterburn, basically. They call it high intensity interval training or HIIT training. And all that is the notion. And what we understand now is you get your heart rate up to like 150, right? Walking as hard as you can with a 20-pound vest for a minute. I mean, everything but jogging, you're walking as hard as you fucking can, like your hair's on fire, right? For a minute. Then you'll get your heart rate up to 150. And then all you have to do is stop. And it'll make your heart fight back to rest. And that's when your heart is going through the most stress.
Why is that?
I'm not really, I mean, that speaks towards the overall cardiovascular health and function of a body. It's like complex, but overall, you build a lot of heart strength in making your heart fight back to rest over and over again, compared to making it barely fight to keep you going at a steady pace that is just not hard to do, right? So you fight as hard as you can up and then make it fight all the way back to resting rate, which would be for most people between 60 and 90 beats per minute. So you're going to make your heart go crazy, basically. And when it does that, it goes way up and then fights back to rest. That proves to have afterburn for 24 hours after the workout. And if that's true, that means you don't have to work out the next day either. You can go every other day and get the result that somebody would have of a steady pace every day. Because there's afterburn when you make your heart fight to rest and you do HIIT training. So you get your heart rate way up and then they make you just breathe and your heart, you'll feel it. And once you know this, it kind of fucks with you because you realize like the stress that you're putting your heart under by making it fight really, really hard on an exercise bike or, you know, whatever it is, doing burpees or getting the heart rate up and then just stopping after 1 minute. And then you have 2 minutes before your heart is back to rest. You realize the stress that your heart goes through just to get back to rest. It'll take 2 full minutes for your heart to get back to rest when you start, especially as a smoker.
Holy moly, donut shop.
You'll sit there for 2 minutes and your heart will not be at rest. It has to fight all the way back on its own to rest. And you don't feel like you're in control.
Right,
when you're doing that. Your heart has to do it on its own. You're breathing, you have your hands on your head, you're, you know, in through the nose, out through the mouth, try to feed it as much oxygen as you can. That's why it's harder as a smoker to do things like swimming or HIIT training, like trying to make your heart fight to rest. You will feel it more as a smoker by a lot than not. But either way, no, you definitely will. You'll feel it.
I can stay underwater for a while, I've scared people.
Well, you're young, so things are good. But I'm just saying.
Not even. Not even.
No, you're
just a fish.
You're a fish, sure. But you know, the surest way to kill a fish is take him out of water, and that's what smoking basically is.
Yeah.
It's taking us out of water. I mean, it's terrible. It's the worst shit ever made. I fucking hate it. I always will. And anyway, it's time for a smoke break. So I'll be right back. Yeah, we can.
I got to save stuff.
We're back.
That's good.
We're live, dude.
Back. We're fucking back. I mean,
guess who's back?
And we're going to talk about Muslims, aren't we?
No, we don't need. I guess. All right, dude. Yeah, we're talking about Muslims. I don't know enough about it.
I was just saying during the break. I was just saying during the break that they've been fucking little boys and killing each other for millennia. It used to be a mecca for, you know, information. People used to go there from all religions and share discoveries. It was a place of science, not only religion. It didn't used to just be about death. All you hear is death. That's all you see over there is death. It used to be like that. What happened? Some people got corrupted, I think. And just like with over here in our politics, same shit applies. They're just more stout in their beliefs. A lot of splinter groups worshiping the same shit, just in different ways. But isn't that what everyone does? All the same story, different messengers. People get caught up worshiping messengers.
You don't end up as a society just raping boys for fun. And I certainly wouldn't say all Muslims do, but there are the cultures and subsets.
I am talking specifically about the countries and the places it happens.
Yeah.
You don't see it everywhere. Of course not. No. But in those locales where it is a part of the culture and has been done for generations, you can call it a tradition, you can call it culture, call it whatever you want. The fact is, that is the reality, whether you want to believe it or not. It happens, it is the truth.
How do you stop it?
They either want to do it themselves, and over time, those boys grow up and change everything, and use those experiences, or it continues, and they just keep killing each other and making more babies and fucking the boys and make more babies, kill each other. The cycle continues and repeats. Whereas in the old days, like the old days, there used to be a place of community. Somewhere the message got skewed. I don't know where. I don't think me or you can say. Does anyone even know? Do the people fighting over there every day even know? Or is it just, hey, that's enemy kill. If you die,
I don't
well,
know much
fuck,
about the history outside of the fact that the Muslim culture is quite peaceful, and there's subsets that, and even of
you would
the
think that.
of Islamic culture, are quite peaceful. But there's
It's when a lot of them get
radicals
together
that
and shit gets crazy, and then you get people in positions of power that want more, and then they start fucking with everybody else. And then it's just they do something, and then those groups remember it. It's an accumulation effect over generations. It just doesn't happen overnight. This was a slow, methodical process. That's what corruption does. It doesn't. It's not obvious until it's fucking Hitler or the Crusades or the Dark Ages. And the Catholic Church was fucking burning people and burning everything that they could find of literature so they could control. It goes back to, I guess, man's need for control, and fucking absolute power corrupts absolutely, doesn't it? That seems to be man's major weakness, is greed, and I think
yeah.
that
Well, I
speaks
think
to all of us in some way, and outside of religion and all that crap, because I don't believe in religion at all. Like, why you need a book or to go to some building to worship something? Wouldn't it be in you? Isn't that the message? Is that you are that God or whatever it is you're worshiping? You are the direct product of that, thus making you some form of deity. Wouldn't that make your body the temple or church? Hmm? So it's a lot of I want to appear to be this, but not actually learn anything. I hate things for reasons. I hate religion for that reason. Is that it's so easily corrupted, bro. Just look at the Catholic Church, dude. They got so much money. They could buy whatever. All that shit under the Vatican, dude, and all the things that they know that the rest of the world doesn't. Because at one point, guess what they did? They fucking burned all the literature. That's where the Dark Ages come from. How long did that last? Like 100 years or so? Somewhere over there? Lasted a minute. So just think that if that didn't happen, where would we be in terms of advancement? If we had an extra century or so to develop and grow versus being stopped and forced to do shit or be murdered. See, it's not just Muslims or fucking the Islamic extremists. It's fucking people. Humanity as a whole. It is a virus. And that has accumulated over time. It became that. It didn't used to be like that. It used to just be survival based. We got to eat. We might find people where we develop a group and we all work together. We survive. We make more. It was simple. So I think that's why I was saying a world war, dude. A world war. Something that it makes everyone shut the fuck up about how they're feeling and oh my god, no one uses my pronouns. Nah. Shut the fuck up, dude. There are children dying because they just trying to eat. The fuck? Like, get over yourself. With a world war, everyone has to shut up and we gotta do something right now. Or everyone's dead. Whether we're the enemy or not, or we have to fight here or anywhere.
hmm.
If people aren't united and there's nothing to bring people together, we get bored and start fighting each other. And we're so easily manipulated as a society because we don't know ourselves and we don't know who we are. We don't talk to ourselves. We don't do all these things that you see people like fucking Jordan Peterson talking about and getting famous for. We're just now doing that. Like, it's on us. It's on me and you, people in our age group in the 30s, and it is us, the ones who are currently raising the next generation. It is our job to break that. And then you ask, well, how the fuck do you do that? If you've been listening, you learn about yourself. You get to know yourself. You talk to that inner child and you reconnect with it. People they get so caught up in life and being so fucking serious all the time, and they forget to be kids. When was the last time you played in the rain? Just to fucking play in the rain without saying, "Ah, my fucking clothes are gonna get all wet. I'm gonna have to wash this shit." You don't let the kids go out and play in the rain. Like, I did that shit. I did it, and it was fucking fun. Yeah, I got in trouble because I did it without permission, but I didn't go far. I played in the rain, and
I
I went back
have
inside.
never played in the rain.
Yeah,
I
it,
don't like
people.
it. I want no part of the rain.
Okay, it's about doing something that you would as a child that you thought is fun, doing it as an
No, I
adult,
mean, what I'm saying
and
is,
having that.
as a child, I didn't want to be in the rain. I'll never
No,
understand the playing in the rain.
I guess it's different. I guess it's depending on like maybe it was colder up there, so not like
We play in
as
the snow, I suppose. Yeah.
yeah. So kind of like the same thing. We didn't get snow. We get rain. There's been a few years. '96 we got snow.
Oh, you better
'06 I think we
buckle
got
up,
snow.
dude. You're about to get snow.
Yeah, and it's gonna stick. So we might get a couple of inches.
Yeah,
And
dude. You gonna
my
go sled
kids,
riding?
dude, we got stuff. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some shit happen because you know what? I like to have fun. I'm a big kid, and I will always remain that. And that'll probably, in the end, make me a lot happier than your average 34-year-old. Because I maintain a level of neutrality in that I want to laugh, I want to have fun, I want to be a fucking kid. Because when you're a kid, shit's great, dude. Fucking get a Capri Sun, a little some little like Chips Deluxe cookies, bro, and you're sick, man. Like that, having that as an adult, I think is super powerful and can
Yeah, dude.
probably help a lot
Having
of
Capri
people, especially
Suns are
people
important.
like I grew up watching violence just to get on some real shit with anyone who even cares to listen. I grew up watching violence. I could have turned out a real piece of shit dude doing the same shit I witnessed, but I didn't. I learned. I internalized. I'm an isolated individual, sure, but I like to know stuff and I want to understand things, and I'm naturally curious by nature. So why didn't I go down that path? It would have been so easy. I could just be beating any partner I've ever had and doing that shit. I watched it happen, so it must have been normal, right? How did I know at the age of 5 and 6 that that's not normal and is not right? We underestimate children. Excuse me. Children, I think, innately know right and wrong, and it's excuse me again, more about being what you want, like not what you want them to be, but we all like all people, all parents kind of say, we want our kids to be better than us. Okay, so does that mean you're not supposed to grow as well in order to teach them? Nah, you have to learn shit too. We never done learning,
Yeah.
so I take that. I learned that at a young age, just through analyzing the situations that I've been in. That if you're not doing anything, or you feel like you're stagnating, you're just kind of doing the same mundane thing, and especially if you're ADHD, holy moly! Like I gravitated to cooking because of my ADHD. It kept me busy. Simple enough. It's more like a conveyor line. So, but it keeps the mind busy. Like doing that shit just is soul sucking, isn't it? I think we can all agree on that. A 9 to 5, whatever, sales, any job
Mm-hmm.
is fucking soul sucking. What we really want to do, like really, if you like ask yourself, man, what the fuck do I want to do? Like, and you honest, I bet fun is on the top of that list. And then you ask yourself, well, what's fun? What do I even find fun? What do you do as a 30-something-year-old male female squirrel thing? Doesn't matter.
Squirrel thing.
Maybe you should have a chat with that kid that you used to be and do some of that and see if that doesn't change your perspective. Like, yeah, we're supposed to guide our children, but they show us what it was like and what we used to be and how we used to feel. Just just everything was fun, and we made our fun happen. So you want to change the world or whatever, you got to change. It starts with each and every one of us. It's on an individual level, and then once you get enough individuals that have done it, and then they've taught their kids. Once enough of that has happened, then you'll see the effects reversed. You'll see it. It'll just happen, seemingly overnight. Maybe not in our lifetimes, dude. That would be cool.
So you're saying you're hopeful?
I am. Yeah, you have to be, dude. You gotta be positive. You can't just revel in the negative. It's super easy. It's all around you. Just open Facebook. Look at the news. It's filled with it. Your life is injected with it from all sides. What are you going to do with it? How much do you allow to take in? I am personally allow very little because I value my internal batteries. Worrying about all that stuff, if it doesn't affect my immediate surroundings and have a direct impact, like directly, and I mean it needs to be quite obvious. And if I can change it as an individual, then yeah, I'll do something about it. But if it's going to require society as a whole right now, it's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream. So, once again, world fucking war needs to happen. Somebody's got to be the bad
You
guy.
just keep
It's
going
just a
back to
matter of
that. Well, we'll be the bad
it's
guy, clearly.
maybe either us, Russia, or China is what it's going to be.
Well,
And
it
people are
sounds
going to
like
have to
it's going
pick
to be
sides.
us, Russia, and China teaming up.
To fight the world, that would be
Yeah.
wild. Talk about that's a movie right there. That's a movie.
It's about to happen.
You know, fucking America's Darth Vader. But that, who knows, dude?
America's Darth Vader.
We
We'll
can't
just
really
keep
speak to
agreeing
that.
on that. Yeah. Then we
Like
turn
shit
to
sucks.
Great Britain and we say, shh,
They don't
look,
want our fucking heathen asses, dude.
I am your
They are
father.
they're fucked over there too. It's worse over in Britain, dude. People are getting arrested for posting shit online on obscenity charges.
Well, they don't have a
Yeah,
constitution like we do, bro.
yeah. So they can just be arrested for whatever. So that
Yeah.
makes them better than us. Totally.
They have
Yeah,
a
they're doing a lot
they have
better.
a royal family, what have you.
Yeah, they're definitely in the right on this, 100%.
I don't know, man.
Hopefully,
I
my
wouldn't agree with
sarcasm is
that.
coming through because
I don't
I'm being
think anyone
100% sarcastic.
envies Great Britain right now. But there are people that
It's
got
pretty
on
great.
Red Note when they got kicked off TikTok. They got on Red Note, which is a Chinese Communist Party application. And they were starting to talk to Chinese about their healthcare and how they get cheap healthcare. And now people
Yeah,
are like,
it's
yeah, I'd
just
rather live in China. Now the new American dream is leaving America.
that's cool because those people are really dumb if they think it's just like that. They don't know shit about social credit score and that you're watched 100% of the time.
Right. We're not
Yeah,
getting the
dude.
whole
Okay.
story of China.
No, it's going to be the selling points, but what are you going to give up to obtain that? It's a give and take. You can't just have. You gotta give something up. And China's like, I want you to just be quiet and do everything I say to do, and I'll give you health care. But
Pretty much.
did you know that if you hit someone or cause bodily injury with someone and they end up in the hospital and all that good stuff, I believe you have to pay all of their medical expenses and lost wages and things of that nature.
Oh.
So, what happens a lot of times is murder.
No.
They'll kill those people because the punishment for manslaughter is significantly less than the financial burden of those people in the hospital. You got to
Wow.
pay for this and that and the other.
Holy
So,
shit.
kids, it doesn't matter who gets hit. If they're still alive and moving around, they're going to fucking get killed. They're going to get stabbed with a machete, beat with a fucking sledgehammer, and probably get eaten. You know.
Wow.
What? They have fetuses in fucking jars. They skin dogs alive and boil them alive. That shit really happens, dude.
Bro.
Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry
I'm a
that the
dog
truth hurts.
person,
Whatever.
okay? I can't.
Wow, you're a dog person.
I
Yeah.
am a dog
That
person.
as
I'm a
a
dog man.
segue, I saw Ali Sadiq last night, and he had some pretty good bit about dog people, and how people will spend money on a dog surgery, like 2500. And he would just say the dog would be dead. By the end of it, he was spent over $10,000 on his fucking dog. That wasn't supposed to be his dog. So it was fucking just a little light in the mood there from that dark shit I was just talking.
Wow.
It's probably too real for most people. It's too fucking real. That's fine. It's it's rooted in fact and truth. Like the shit actually happened. No use in denying how the world actually is. Okay, how do you fix it? Changing yourself and hopefully changing the people around you for the better. That's all you can do, dude.
You hide your kids and you hide your wife.
Nah, just prep. Preparation, that's all it is. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. If everyone's taught proper, emotional intelligence and all these things that are just now becoming really healthy, and what, is being actively worked on in my household, then I think people would find it a lot easier to connect. And if they could just listen, if people would just stop and listen, not listen, like hear a story and then share another story that's similar in some attempt to connect. No, that's disrespectful because you're not actually listening to the story. You're not listening to what they're saying. You're just hearing the words. You're trying to do something to feel like you're connecting with them, trying to force something. You want people to like you? Just listen. Ask questions. That's why I think people like to talk to me. Because okay, I'll ask you some questions. I don't understand something. Give me some clarification. Because you can learn stuff through other people's stories and the things they have to say if you actually listen to them and listen to the stories that they're everyone's so eagerly awaiting to tell, and you just don't say anything, buddy. The gems that people have, the things that they've learned in their lives that you can use today, right now. It's astronomical, and I know this because I've talked a lot during this, but that's not my nature. I will be quiet before I say anything. I'll listen to you. I'll learn you. That's how you build that connection. You build bonds with people. Just through listening, 100%. Change the world through preparation and creating people and having people who are all emotionally intelligent and know how to listen. You gotta know how to listen. Love yourself first, and you can believe whatever you want to believe, but keep an open mind to what else is out there because you don't know that person that you hate because of the way they look. Like the people who give you shit because of your cop face and you look like the CI fucking A is coming to bust down their goddamn door. I'm just saying, you have a lot of knowledge to give and a lot of things that you have gone through. If people would stop looking with their eyes and use their ears,
Right.
like think of the things you could share truly and like confidently say like, yo, it's just real out here, and hey,
Yeah,
this
well,
has
I'm
worked
too
for
busy
me.
defending
Maybe
myself as not a cop.
then wear a shirt that says not a cop, because then you know what they see and you're actively making fun of it, so you take the power away. The power's not there anymore because you took control. You did. You know you're not a cop. You smoke a hell of weed, bro. You're like the least coppy dude I know. You just happen to look like that. I'm sorry, genetics.
Some
You're still a
bullshit,
handsome
Chip.
fella.
Some
It is some
bullshit.
bullshit shit. So you just need a hoodie that
I
says
work too
not a cop.
hard.
Just not a cop it up all day. It's just what you got to do, and make fun of it. Like crack jokes about it, laugh at it. You defeat it that way.
All right, so
Just
you
like
want
that
me to go
hard
buy
R
a
shit.
shirt that says not a cop?
Yeah, and a hoodie and a hat and fucking socks and pants
Wow. Socks that say not a cop.
and have LOL sunglasses.
What the fuck are you trying to make me? Pretty fly for a white guy?
Yeah, bro. I think that'll do.
I mean, I love
I
the
think it'll do.
offspring, but
It's just learning to laugh at these things that we find as negatives and turning things into positives. You have more positivity in the way you think. You reprogram your mind. You don't want to see all that negative shit. You don't want it around you. You become very protective of like your little world and stuff, but you're still open to others because you'll still listen to them. But you're not just gonna run out to try and listen to somebody. Nobody's got time for that. If you're out and about, let's say, for example, like, just as from my experience, I'm traveling to see the children. You know, taking a bus. You gotta stop at the bus stops on the Greyhound. You gotta spend some time there. I'm not there looking to talk to people. I'm trying, hit my joint, not go to jail, not fuck with nobody, just mind my business, wait for the next bus. But yet, people will always, at least one person will come and talk to me and just strike up a conversation about absolutely nothing. What do I do? Obviously, it creates anxiety within me, but there's a reason why they felt comfortable enough to come speak to me. The least I can do is listen and hear
well,
them
I
out.
mean, you look like Jesus Christ, so
No, I do not. I'm just a random dude that has slightly above average
you're
intelligence
everybody's
and
brother, bro.
the world's child.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
Must
easy to
be
say all that
nice,
stuff.
dude. Must be nice. You know?
I don't know, dude. I hate people as a whole. As a whole, we suck. We fucking suck. We're selfish pricks, dude. Just gimme,
I
gimme, gimme,
don't
gimme,
hate
gimme, gimme,
people,
gimme.
but they make me feel like I'm hated. So then I
I know how
just
the world
recluse
is,
in.
so that's why. I know what the world is like. I know the violence that happens around the world constantly, nonstop. Where, yeah, we have mass shootings and all this and that. That shit is happening all the fucking time, all around the world, nonstop. And we complain about an incident here, there, a couple over here. Our gang violence, shit's been going on
I mean, we were
since
having
before there
mass
was
shootings
guns.
like every day. Like,
Okay, then fucking someone's fucking up. Clearly, someone's not parenting.
right,
You can
right.
blame society all you want, blame guns. Guns cannot fucking kill anybody. People kill people. It's a fucking inanimate object. Get over yourself. It starts at home. You want to solve those problems? Okay, parents of those children, go look in
Parents.
the fucking mirror. How about that? I'm a victim blamer, dude. I don't give a shit. I'll be honest about it. I will victim blame you from the jump. Okay, well, what the fuck
Whoa,
did you
whoa,
do?
whoa,
Because
whoa,
they
whoa.
just weren't born like that. They just weren't raised like that. Clearly, someone was fucking up. So let's ask some
I'm
questions.
not sure that's what victim blamer means.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking go hard, dude. This is your fault. It's your fault they shut up the school. Parents, you didn't do
Oh, I
something.
thought you meant
Clearly,
my
there's
fault, like personally.
no. I just mean it's the parents' fault. It's their fault. It starts at home. You can blame society and media and all that bullshit if you
It's pretty
want
much
to,
just
but
glorified suicide. Yeah.
who the fuck's in control? The goddamn parents are supposed to be, but no, it's the kids. How they feel matters. We have to be liked as parents. Nah, nigga, I'm not. I don't give a fuck if my kids like me. That's not my job. You gotta earn the right to be my friend. You want to be friends with me? You want me to give a shit? Fucking make it to 18, make it to 21, make it to 25. Show me that you actually learned some shit and you're actually doing some shit. Then we can be friends. You earn it. You don't just give it to kids. They don't fucking know what they want. This is your job. It's not their job. Their job, they didn't ask to be put here. It's your fucking job. You did that. You nutted in that bitch. You took that fucking insemination and shit.
Hey,
You
hey,
did that.
hey, hey.
So now
You
it's
feel
your
personally
job.
attacked?
Well, I'm attacking every fucking body who wants to feel personally attacked. Then that means myself included, because I don't claim to be some amazing dad. In fact, I'm my biggest fucking critic. I think I'm a piece of shit father, and I'm not worth it for a fucking second. But that's not gonna stop me, and I'm not gonna listen to that voice. I'm gonna keep on, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep learning shit, and I'm gonna keep getting better. Eventually, that voice will shut the fuck up, because it ain't getting heard. It's gonna die. And then I'll know, like, okay, I'm doing something. I'll never be perfect, and never will. It's an impossible thing. Anyone who thinks they're perfect, you're not fucking real. You're a goddamn robot. Where's the box at? Where's that fucking control box at? I'm gonna open you up, because it's not possible to reach. It's you hear people talk about it all the time. It's about the journey, not the destination. You think life is? Where are you going? Where do you think you going? Where are you trying to get to, bro? The fucking ground? That's the only place we're headed. Like, that's it. So what you fucking do matters. Like, what you teach your kids fucking matters. Who they grow up to be, it fucking matters. They're gonna be out in the world. One day they may also have kids. You know, what kind of people are they gonna be? Are they gonna be shitheads or decent people? Retards can breed unlimited. Should there be euthanasia? Should we fix the dummies? I mean, you can argue that
Yeah, I would
all
argue
day.
that we should have
Required intelligent tests in order to breed. Are
not
we fucking
intelligence,
animals, sir?
not intelligence, just like normalcy tests.
What's normal? Who's allowed to define normal? Society? Because that's fucking
Well, just that you
nonsense. They
could
don't even know.
provide for a kid. That's all.
So you just mean the basic necessities, but you have the
Mm-hmm.
ability to provide the basics.
Right, exactly. That's all.
That's
And
setting the bar kind of low.
well, it's far higher than it is right now.
That's still unacceptable. I just need to be in control then. I can make these hard decisions. I'll just,
I don't know. I
take away the
mean, you
choice.
see how many women are dying because they need an abortion.
I'd
I
save
mean,
them all, buddy. Give them
you
whatever
could
they want.
just
What you want, little mama?
vasectomy every boy when
No,
they're
dude. I don't
born.
have to do none of that. It's
Okay.
just teaching people. That's all you got to do.
Well, I agree. I agree. I don't think body mutilation is a good idea. But if we were gonna decide to do something, that would make sense to me. Is like you have to earn the right to be able to produce and make a family.
Mm,
I mean, that would make sense. Like you don't get that from the get. Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's a slippery slope, though. Like, how much freedom do you take away from people? How much do you take away for the greater good? When does it start to get foggy? When does it get really cloudy and it's kind of the lines are blurred? Then you can't see the fucking lines. Humans are not meant for that. Clearly, we have not advanced enough in the mental space. Like you were talking about earlier, how we're not even fully aware of our capabilities.
yeah.
Imagine if people even like if there were more people like you and I who are highly self-aware, and we talk to ourselves. We have those inner monologues, and we ask ourselves questions, and we be honest with ourselves.
I think that's most
Fucking
people. Honest. Maybe I'm giving them
no,
the
dude.
benefit of the
You
doubt.
you. That's exactly what you're doing, 100%. Because ask the random person, like, we're the exception, not the rule, my friend. Yes, ADHD and ADD is a lot more common, so your chances are higher. But it's because it's normal to us. We assume everyone does it. It is the exact opposite, buddy. The random Joe who just fucking works at the rail yard and works 14 hours a day,
That
20 days a week. I get paid 40 goddamn dollars an hour.
sounds
That
good.
guy, he's not he's not talking to himself. What's he doing? He going to drink on weekends. He drinks his money away. He buys big trucks, buys big boats. He just gets shit. Think he's talking to himself? You think he's asking himself questions like, why am I doing this? No, I want it. I'm gonna go drink. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. No, we're the exception. We are the outliers. We hope to be the commonality, Because through that self-awareness and through our ability to talk to ourselves and ask ourselves really hard questions and really be honest, and that's a really difficult thing to do. Be honest with yourself first. Otherwise, you just gonna lie and bullshit, be fake, whatever the kids say these days, capping. You fucking capping, bro. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I know this because I lived it. I lived it. I
You
went
were
through it.
capping, dude. You were a straight capping.
100%. I developed a mask at 5, 6 years old, and I wore that bitch. Ugh, that thing was nice. It wasn't until I found mushrooms and actually like took that step to do it that mask was destroyed, and I had to come to terms with some shit. I had to be real honest, and I had to understand and accept parts of myself, and I'm still discovering those parts. This shit doesn't end, especially like you and I who go through a lot of shit, trauma or whatever. I don't let it stop me. I certainly didn't let it turn me into what I witnessed, and I certainly didn't do what my father did or biological dad, which was vanish. I didn't have any explanation. It wasn't until later that I was able to reconnect and get an understanding. So yeah, going through stuff it's gonna create problems. Mine, it's fucking rage, but I didn't let it control me. Where other people just fucking emotion. I'm gonna do because I feel this way. Doesn't make you right. Doesn't make you just. It just makes you a child because that's what children do. They react emotionally. You didn't give them what they wanted. They're screaming now.
Yeah.
All it is a bunch of fucking tantrums. But if you think that the previous generation, the boomers, you think if they learn the stuff that we're learning about self-growth and loving yourself and reconnecting with that inner child and fucking having fun and not letting life get to you and just being honest with yourself and the people around you, you think if they all did that we would be going through this shit? Nah, dude. It wouldn't be like that. It'd be much different. It'd be much more peaceful.
Yeah, well, it's
Because
just
how
hard to
people are
blame them
raised.
though because of what they were raised by and so on.
It's
So
it's just
that's like a
ignorance.
never-ending
As
argument.
yeah, because who knows what they're gonna know when our kids are 30 or 40. We're doing our best,
Right,
and we're actively
exactly.
doing our best, and we're learning something that I don't think our parents did, or their parents, or the parents before them. They just knew hard work. We got to get this money. We got to feed all 37 of these kids because we need workers. So we need more kids. So we need 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds having babies and then being washed out and possibly dying in childbirth and not really living that long. Because
Now
that's what
we're going
that's,
way back talking
dude, that's
impregnating
not really that
12-year-olds.
far. It's not really
I
that
mean,
far.
that's been
15,
illegal
16
for
was
like a
common,
long time.
but it's culturally. You can make something illegal. Who gives a fuck? It's only illegal if you get caught anyway.
Oh, Jesus. I got to
Am
pull
I
the mic
lying?
away from this guy right now. We're about to get
I'm just saying.
canceled, dude.
You can't cancel something that's not even there, bro. This is all ones and zeros, bro. This may never even get out.
Dude, you
This
got
might be too
canceled,
hot.
bro. You just got canceled. Damn it.
I don't care. I don't care. But no, because
No,
I
you're
genuinely,
right though. You
I
can't get
genuinely
canceled
want to see
with 6
people like do
subs.
better.
So
Like, just think, dude. If we were all doing this and we were all positive, and you just like you see all the signs and shit, be kind. When was the last time you were actually fucking kind?
I'm
What do
very
you know what that
kind.
means?
Thank you.
Not you specifically.
Oh, okay.
Just talking
I
about the
wear a
general
hat
pop.
that says "Stay kind."
Like, you know what it's like. People who have suffered are the true givers of kindness because we know what the alternative is like. I make it a point to be unnecessarily kind. I'll hold the door for 30 fucking people, dude, and I just chilling. It's not gonna bother me. Not for a second, dude. I don't feel rushed or behind or these motherfucking assholes. I don't care if they thank me or not. I'm not looking to get anything. I'm being nice to be nice. If you're doing a good job, I'm gonna tell you you're doing a good job. I don't fucking want anything. I don't care. Sometimes people just need just that. just someone to say, "Hey, you doing great. I appreciate it. I appreciate you." Fucking just something like, "Hey, you're not just some invisible worker bee. I see you. I see you, bro. I see the work you're doing." Notice people. You can be kind and in all types of ways, and just nice words, and fucking mean it, and not have ulterior motives. You gotta mean it. It's- if you can do that, I think you see a radical change in just your quality of life and your level of stresses, and even when things get hard, you handle it better. You just you go through it. The only way out is through, unless you just want to kill yourself. I guess you could do that.
I think you're being a little pussy bitch.
Yeah, if you do that, then yeah, that is the coward's way out. And thankfully, I never had the balls to do that. So I went through it, and I just learned some shit. I paid attention. Life is the teacher. You just gotta listen. I listened. I know what I have to work on, so that's what I do. I know neutrality and being neutral in as many situations as possible benefits me, because that means no one's the target for the rage monster, and no one can get him out. That nigga can starve and die. He can die. I don't need him anymore. I'm not in survival mode. And that's where that kind of shit develops. You need it to survive. You feel weak. You gotta be ferocious like a honey badger. You gotta channel your inner honey badger. Those are little rage demons. But as you grow up, life has a good way of teaching you, hey, slow down, buddy. It's not that serious. Not
So
everyone's out
do you think
to get
America
you.
is a bunch of honey badgers right now?
Yeah, it's a bunch of people screaming out to be accepted, but not trying to accept anyone else. You have to. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. You can't. You can't just. You can want equality, but what you really want is the ability to oppress and get revenge. Anyone who touts who are super fanatical, I guess fanatical feminists, they want to oppress. They don't want equality. They want to be on top. It's never going to work. You want equality, and you have to mean that's what you want. Say what you want. You got to be real. Once again, it goes back to being honest with yourself, and then being honest with everyone around you. What do you actually want?
Not superiority, but equality.
No. Yeah, exactly.
All right. All right.
Exactly. Exactly. But in order to do that, it's a two-way street.
We've been going for like an hour and 45 minutes, dude. Hour and 50. Dude. It might be 2 hours actually right now.
Okay. You can end it on a two-way street. That's a good ending.
All right, then. Well, we love you,
Whew. Good times.
and we'll talk to you soon.